Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Great kid. And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. Tonight, Tuesday night, state championship 5A basketball for PIAA, featuring your Archbishop Ryan Raiders, and they are the home team against the Radnor Raptors from Radnor High School. This is Ted Westervelt bringing you all the play-by-play action with my good friends Anthony Magalanis, Joe Sinai. They were your crew Friday night. Gentlemen, welcome.
Happy to be here, Ted. Happy to be back. Ready for another exciting night of PIAA state playoffs.
Listen, we have, this is not necessarily a revenge game, although Archbishop Ryan played last year versus the Raptors. They played him in the Moscow tournament, and again, they played him in a memorable quarterfinal game. But let's start off with you, Mags. Why don't you give our Archbishop Ryan fans a little bit about what they're going to expect tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely a new look Radnor team in comparison to last year. Not a lot of holdover from last year's team, a bunch of new faces, and a little bit different style of play. Very, very team-oriented, unselfish style, playing for each other. You know, a lot of ball movement, trying to get the right shot for the right guys. A lot of athletes on the floor, quite a few Division I lacrosse players, so a lot of lateral quickness out of them. But definitely a different look compared to last year's team.
And Joe, we've been following Ryan all year, obviously. Did you get a chance to talk to or analyze a little bit with Coach Zig and what we're ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think we're going to see the same thing we saw last game. On the defensive end, Joey's going to miss and match, right? Change it up. A little bit of man, a little bit of 1-3-1, 2-3 typically. And he pressured last game, Ted. We didn't see that at all, really, during the regular season, Catholic League season anyway. And then offensively, we have one of our favorite players is back tonight.
And that is?
Darren Williams.
Darren Williams is back.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, too. The left-hander headed to Florida Gulf Coast, and obviously hoping that his season, along with his teammates, extends. Max, what do you think Ryan has to do tonight in order to solidify a victory?
Big key that I talked with Coach Zaglinski about was the defensive side of the ball. Like I alluded to earlier, Radnor really likes to move it and apply pressure, not necessarily to score quickly, but to kind of lull you to sleep and find the right shot. So they're disciplined defensively, and if they continue to guard with the intensity that they have while not over-helping off of shooters, it's going to go a long way for a Ryan victory.
Well, Joey, I'm curious to see how this game plays out and how Radnor plays it defensively themselves, because when you look at the roster for Radnor, I don't think they have anybody that's playing over 6'4", and obviously, to our Radnor fans who are new, you're going to see Thomas Sorber again. He's a senior. 6'10", headed to Georgetown, and he's all of 6'10". So that's going to pose a problem for him. But it was funny. I was looking at some of the game history for Radnor, and they have more than a handful of games in the last 10 in the 30s. And they're also not afraid to go up to win in the 70s. So it should be I'm curious to see what they throw at Archbishop Ryan and how they handle it.
Yeah, you wonder how you survive in a game like that when you're scoring 30 points and how those possessions. I don't know the rules. Is there shot clocks in the districts?
No,
right?
No.
So that could be a symptom of the other school's approach. When I saw Radnor play at Holy Ghost, they pushed the ball a lot on a make or a miss. So that those scores kind of blew me away when I saw that. Very interesting.
Look like we're getting ready for national anthem. So we're going to stay live and keep our mics hot.
The Radnor Raptors and the Ryan Raiders.
And we'll send it to the floor.
Please rise and put your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. And to our friends from Radnor High School, thank you for tuning in to the Archbishop Ryan broadcast. My name is Ted Westerveld. I'm here with the legend from Chalfont Playground, Joe Sinai, and Mags, Anthony Magallanes. And we'll be bringing you tonight's action. We're like the Channel 4 news team. Brick, Champ, Ron, and of course, Uncle Denny on the camera playing the role of Brian. But, guys, tonight's actually a real serious night. I mean, at this point, it's obviously survive and advance. And this great senior class and these great seniors might possibly be their last game in a Ryan uniform.
Yeah, it could certainly be the end. And, as a former player and as a coach, obviously you want to play to get one more game. But it's those additional practices, that camaraderie that you build with your teammates that, being able to buy those few extra days, it goes a long way for your high school memories.
And Joey, one thing, you never had a chance to play in the PIAAs.
No, I'm really old, Ted. I'm super old. But yeah, it's a cool tournament. It extends the season, which is great, and it's a good addition.
Right, especially the way the competitive nature of the Catholic League, and then Ryan is able to advance. I mean, listen, they have to play one of the best teams, not in the state, but let alone in the country, to be part here. They got to go play Imhotep. They had to go play Roman Catholic. They had to do all those things in 5A classification, and it culminates into the Sweet 16 tonight for the chance to go to the Elite 8 on Friday.
We will.
Starters for Archbishop Ryan: Matt Johnson, sophomore guard; Darren Williams on the wing, the senior, headed to Florida Gulf Coast; Rocco Marabito, number 3, the senior, headed to Gannon University; number 22, Jaden Murray, the glue player, 6'6", senior; and of course the big man, number 35, Thomas Sorber. For Coach Tim Smallwood in his first year with the Radnor Raptors, Kessie Cox is a number 4. He's a senior guard, 6'4". Michael Savadov, number 11. He's a senior guard. He was on the team last year, had good minutes last year, especially in the PIAAs. Looks like we have Sawyer Smith, number 21. He's a junior, 6 foot. Henry Pierce, 6'1", wearing number 24. And Elijah Sellers, a senior, 6'1", wearing number 30. Players to watch will be Savadov. Looks like Kessie Cox leads them, fellas, 13 points a game. Savadov with 5 assists, and he shoots from 3 about just under 40%. Henry Pierce, senior, shoots 40%, and Elijah Sellers at 11.5 per game. And we have basketball. Archbishop Ryan in their home whites. Ryan in script, red, outline in black. Same with the numbers.
Man-to-man from Radnor to start here. Looks like they're trying to front the post a little bit and try to get some backside help.
Kick ball, Radnor in black with white numbers.
Radnor looks small. Or does Thomas look big?
Thomas looks
Thomas
big.
is a large human being.
There's Darren Williams, back from Milius, the left-hander. Off a screen, he's going to fire right away.
Oh,
He
baby.
scores. Look out.
And Teddy right in the pressure. We're seeing it again.
It's number 11, Savadov. Up to 21, Smith. Number 4 there with the ball is Kessie Cox. Savadov marked by Marabito. And Pierce, no. That was Henry Pierce, and the rebound by Murray. Up the floor comes Matt Johnson. He kicks. 3-0 early lead for the Raiders. Williams feeling frisky, but he finds Murray. Murray a little strong, and a rebound by the Raptors. And here they go up the floor. They catch Johnson with his back turn. And that was number 30, Elijah Sellers. No good on the reverse. Williams short. Good box out by Radnor. Good hustle by Murray.
See a little bit of a mixed tempo from Radnor, so I'm trying to push it there. Here they're going to get into a little bit of a set. A lot of patience, off-ball movement, trying to get a mismatch, trying to catch Ryan sleeping.
That's Cox.
They're worried about the height on this end.
Sure.
It's affecting their play. Watch when Radnor gets into that the painted area. Good shot. Tough shot.
Good shot by number 30, Sellers. We're at 3-2. At the 5:45 mark here, the first quarter. Archbishop Ryan, the home team, number 2 seed from District 12. Marabito doesn't connect. And the 5 seed from District 1, Radnor, they get up the floor quick. And they take an early lead.
Oh, and an inbounding violation on the Raiders. Going to turn it right back over to Radnor.
4-3 with 5:29.
Ted, watch it to be a theme, the push off the make. We said that earlier, that they just got a good look there, and 2 possessions ago they almost got a free one.
Savadov, number 11, goes left. He spins, and he kicks to Elijah Sellers. His second bucket of the quarter, 6-3.
Sellers really comfortable in that high post area. Look for him to try to find that shot more consistently. Really nice touch up there.
They find Sorber down low for the first time. You see he's triple teamed, and they call him for the double dribble.
They're coming, they're swarming. It's clear once that ball gets inside, you see 2, 3 guys, top side, bottom side. They're really going to try to limit Thomas down there.
Joe, not a surprise that they collapse 3.
Yep.
Sellers again, feeling it. No good. Nice rebound by Darren.
And Mags, what I want to see down here, when they do go to Sorber and they have 4 guys on them, someone's got to cut.
Yes, got to get that off-ball movement.
Thomas Sorber fouled and won through the heavy contact.
He's a man.
And you saw it there from Ryan, that little half push, get it in quickly, not let that defense set. The double a little bit late, able to get into a good move and finish.
Did you guys have who was on that foul?
24.
There it is. They did post it on the scoreboard. Nice. Joe, this is a lot better than Lincoln. 6'5", 443 left. Thomas Sorber at the line.
You said it.
Thank you.
Correct. That last foul.
Sorber with a good touch.
Teddy, I knew we were in good hands when the scorekeeper had a laptop open.
They just corrected that foul. It was on 21, not 24.
Thanks,
I
Max.
thought that was, yeah, that makes sense.
Radnor in possession. Savadov matched up with Murray.
Good ball pressure.
Maripito on Pierce, and Pierce spins, and Pierce draws the foul from Rocco. Doesn't get the bucket. That's Rocco, his first.
Foul 3, Rocco Morbido. That's
Thank you for tuning in to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. This is Ted Westervelt, Anthony Magalanis, and Chalfont legend Joe Sinai. Makes the first.
He knocks down a pair.
That's 2 free throws converted for Henry Pierce, senior guard. Matt Johnson, Sorber trying to establish his presence and doesn't. He scores. That made it look easy.
What a pretty wrinkle. We saw that play so many times the other way, right, Mags? What a nice wrinkle he had it.
Yeah,
Joe,
beautiful. Beautiful little wrinkle, as you said. You know, a lot of scouting out at this point, having a little change up. And there's just nothing Radnor can do if he catches the ball that deep.
Radnor on the floor. Good no-look pass. Oh, they cut behind Thomas Sorber. And number 11, Michael Savadov, with his first bucket of the game.
Michael Savado with that last bucket.
10-8. Ryan down, the 3:32 left here in this first quarter. Williams hesitates, goes, and it's poked away. Nice defensive play by Radnor. Savadov up the floor. And it looks like number 4, Kessie Cox, is going to slow it down.
This is where you'll see Radnor really mix their tempo. They pushed it, didn't get what they wanted. Now they're going to get into a set, really patient, really disciplined, trying to get an open look.
Nice defense by Murray. We're at the 2:55 mark. Ryan down 2. That's a turnaround jumper, and that's good by Henry Pierce.
Henry Pierce dropped it 2.
12-8.
Sleeping.
Good cut. And nice defense by Pierce again.
One of the rare times over the course of this season we've seen that pass not get through. Really nice job by Radnor.
That is true, Matt.
It's been a money play in the Joe Zaglinski era.
I think if Matt Johnson's going to be in the game, you're going to see a lot of that ISO in the blocks for him.
Murray had the bunny, missed it. Thomas Sorber cleans it up.
Quick 30-second timeout here by Coach Zaglinski.
What do you think?
Joey, I was going to say, well, last we worked together, your halftime was about the coaching tree. Who did we forget in that coaching tree?
I don't think we forget because he's in the top echelons of coaches in the country.
Right.
I think that's where the tree kind of starts if you think about it, right? And
Right.
there's probably other guys out there, but Chris Mooney, the Spiders, coaching down there in Richmond, Coach of the Year.
Coach of the year, number 1 seed in the A-10 too, right?
Oh yeah. Big time year.
Yeah, congratulations to Coach Mooney, man. That's awesome.
absolutely.
He's back from health issues, obviously, and this time last year he had to take a break, and great to see him having that success down in Richmond.
Yeah, good call, Teddy.
I saw that come up today. Yeah, I thought about you. 2:27.
It would have been premature.
Yes. 12-10. Raiders down. Kind of a light crowd tonight. Tough on a Tuesday. Sellers with the big guy extended, eh?
Yeah, gonna have to come out a little bit with Radnor without that traditional post. He's gonna handle it on the perimeter. He's already knocked down a couple lengthy jump shots, so Thomas going to have to draw away a little bit. Nice job there, not fouling.
Down to under 2 minutes here. That's Pierce. And they get Rocco again.
It'll be number 2 on Rocco.
See if we see Everett or Everett is getting ready to check in. Number 5, the senior, Ryan Everett.
Yeah, as a defender there, and you have your offensive player with his back to the basket, you did your job. You know, if he could not do that little reach at the end, I think he would have got a stop there, Mags.
It would have certainly made a really tough shot, and one of those shots, to your point, if you stay disciplined, if he makes that tough shot, you tip your cap. But you don't want to try to bail him out there by going for a smack, going for a reach.
He misses the first. And everybody stay tuned for the first quarter. We'll be talking about a feature article done in the Northeast Times about some of our Ryan kids, and it's 12-10, misses both.
Like Mags in the line.
Ryan Everett gets the ball down low. He's the best entry passer on the squad. Thomas Sorber with another.
What a valuable skill on this team.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, exactly. That's number 30, Sellers. Oh, and Thomas came from behind and he almost got Cox from behind there.
Exactly. It's clear what Radnor's job or focus is. They're trying to get Johnson isolated because while they're not don't got a lot of height across the board, all these kids are what, 6'2" to 6'4", right?
Yeah,
Maddie's taking a blow now. Yeah,
they're all similar in size, and they're well put together, right? These kids have, you're looking at them, they found the weight room, so they're going to try to exploit that mismatch. And here we see Russell checking in for Johnson to hopefully try to mitigate that.
The 6'5", Brandon Russell.
Yeah, they're not going to be posting Russell up like they did Maddie. Good call.
13-12. Radnor with a 1-point lead here on the minute mark, and there goes Williams for his second three. Darren Williams gives the Raiders a 2-point lead with under a minute. Driving the baseline there. Nicely defended by Williams and Russell, and there's a cut. And the pass, not a deflection. 35 seconds left. Ryan with possession.
A rare turnover here in the first quarter. It's been pretty clean basketball both ways.
Moving pretty quickly.
And Mags, but Teddy always say, end of the quarter, you got 30 seconds. I know as a coach, you want to get one good one, right?
Yeah, I mean, you want to come away with points, and you want to come away with points in a position to not concede points on the other end. And we see Ryan here holding for one.
Yep, good shot, not great. There's Brandon Russell with the ball now. There goes Williams. No good. Good defensive position by Raptors boxing out. 1.5 seconds left in this first quarter.
Max, do you think they worked on boxing out this week before they played Ryan?
I think so. You see it. That ball goes up. You see 5 black jerseys trying to carve out.
The foul's on Murray. And no foul there. And that'll do it for the first quarter. 15-13 on a three-pointer, 2 3-pointers by Darren Williams and 8 points by Thomas Sorber. Ryan holds 2 going into the second quarter. And gentlemen, just wanted real quick, just wanted to give a shout out to Joe Mason in the Northeast Times. Joe does a great job of finding the story within the story and did a great feature article about Greg Weiss, Gavin Reed, and Frank Monaco, 3 seniors on that squad, 4-year program players for Archbishop Ryan. Please make sure you check out the Northeast Times and check out that article. The kids come across eloquent and mature with their comments. Joe, it's a nice tribute to, and you guys both coach, you need everybody. Just right, and it's just to the testament to those kids for being part of the program and contributing every day. So we want to congratulate those boys for being 4-year players in the program, and also thank you to the great Joe Mason, the Mitch album of Northeast Philadelphia But he always finds a story within the story. He does a great job. Thank you so much, Joe. I mean, you guys were coaches. Talk about your experience, or even as teammates of the guys that are kind of in the middle and bottom of the roster in terms of playing time, but what they have to do every day.
Listen, it makes such a tremendous impact on the program as a whole when you're able to have guys push other players in practice, right? Come out with that energy and just make guys work and not be that pushover. And it's great to see, seniors stick with that and continue to sacrifice, as you said, playing time for practice time to make the program better.
It is a village, and here comes Radnor with the first possession of the second quarter. That's Sellers with the ball. Good defense by Ryan. And I can see where they run some of these scores into the high 30s, boys. Good hands. Thomas with the good hands.
Nice
Russell on the floor.
Russell.
Here comes Williams with his left. And they're going to get the offensive on the...
It's going to be Jaden second, trying to seal off in motion. A tough call, but a correct call. He's got to make a play to go score. Made it a little obvious there. Looks like we have Samaj Stone at the table for the first time tonight.
That's freshman, first-year player, number 13, Samaj Stone. 6'3", wiry. Good cut to the basket. Good recovery by Russell.
Good hands by Everett. Get a little poke away.
Everett goes aggressive, and it's blocked by Pierce. But they're going to get him with the body, and Everett's going to go for two.
Yeah, Ryan Everett doing Ryan Everett things, right?
Ryan Everett doing Ryan Everett things, and it's funny. His numbers have improved throughout the year, but I went back through some of the stuff from last year. He's an end-of-the-season guy. He's having, big shot against Radnor last year in a big shot, but steals and rebounds, and he double figures in the playoffs last year. And obviously the big shot in the game that we don't talk about, right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
It's the game we don't talk about.
But just being active and engaged, he comes off the bench, he knows his role, gets a deflection, and that this kind of stuff energizes your team, can kill momentum, right?
We jinxed him there. It's our fault, Ryan.
You touched on it Friday night, Joe, talking about Rocco, but those deflections, they get you involved in the game, they get you in rhythm. Hopefully we see that, benefit Ryan here.
Savaduff taking Everett with his right. Tried an entry pass, kickball. Go.
I feel like Joey's just trying to find a mix, right? That are gonna make some positive plays. It's tough. Radnor's gonna be ugly.
That was number 4, Cox, trying to
overdid it.
The underhanded pass in the lane. Ryan's active hand is going to take care of that, and it ends up being deflection off of them, and it's Ryan ball.
Going back to your earlier point there, Joe, he got in the lane, he turned his back, nobody swiping, smacking at the ball, staying disciplined, made him make a tough pass, forced the turnover.
Samaj Stone. And they're going to get a foul against Thomas Sorber, I think.
Double foul here?
A double foul.
Wow.
Let's see.
Wait.
Yeah.
Nope, just one foul.
Just one?
You know what? I think he, a little angst after the call, just trying to settle the guys down.
Good officiating then.
I rarely agree with that comment, but I will right there.
That was a beautiful baseline outplay. They had Russell on the slip, but a little eagerness on the trigger. I know Coach Zaglinski was looking for that layup.
He's got a million of them, Max. He's got a million of those plays.
That was a beautiful one, and just a half second more patience on the inbound. Ryan's going the other way with 2 points on the board.
Found the floor, Ryan with the ball under the basket. Brandon Russell going to pull the trigger on the inbounds. Darren Williams feeling better. 6 points, 2 threes. He goes right. He kicks to Samaj. He's going to shoot. He's not afraid. A little short. Darren with the rebound. Darren from deep in the corner. Darren Williams. Get hot.
That's a tough one to guard. I'm not going to lie. That's a tough one to guard.
Nothing you can do there. 18-13.
Sellers with the quick trigger.
Yeah, Sellers went up pretty quick. 5-point lead for the Raiders. Darren Williams feeling it, 3 for 4 from 3. Oh, may have walked.
He dragged that foot, I agree.
That's a good cut to the basket and up and good.
Nice finish there. Tough little catch, good composure.
That's Cox with his first basket. 5:32, 18-15. Here goes Everett. Nope. And Radnor looking to get a good possession here to tie or pull within 1. And good hands by Thomas Sorber. That's his second steal. Goes to Russell. Russell's going to be aggressive to the hoop and scores.
Good, strong take there by Russell, getting all the way in, finishing through the contact.
Using all his 6'5" frame to create space. Puts the lead back up to 5. Up, under, good.
Unbelievable
Acrobatic.
finish there by Sellers.
And down the other end, guys, what you saw Russell there, like that's where I think he's at his best. Downhill, attacking, Ted, like you said, using that body. If you can't get a good look or a finish that close to the basket, you're going to have your teammates open.
And he can't convert. That was a nice play by Sellers. Listen, Radnor hanging in. It's 2017.
Yeah, they came here to play.
They are here to compete, that is for sure.
And this is a team that is completely revamped from last year. Here's Russell with a foul line jumper. I like the fact that he took it. Thomas tries to clean up. Samaj Stone. Good hustle. Everett kicks. Williams fires.
Boom.
Good. Darren Williams.
What a welcome sight to have Darren back. And Darren is cooking right now here in the first half.
Big rebound, right, by Samaj?
Big rebound by Samaj. Great pass by Everett to get him in a shooting position. And he finishes over Thomas Sorber. That's going to be tough. Sorber, 4.9 blocks average in every game this year.
Get another.
Williams is good. Oh, he was feeling it. Here comes Sellers. Sellers going to take it. Sellers, good.
Good, tough finish there by Sellers. Gets in the lane, under control. Sorber with an early seal. No choice but the foul there for Radnor.
Yeah, they're going to give that to Savage. That was a good foul.
That's
his second, team 4.
Saw Sellers get all the way back in. He might have had Thomas a little bit from behind.
I can't believe they called that. They didn't call it Sellers. And you know, he's making some shots. I want him to have 4 fouls right now, Ted. He's a nice player.
Yes,
right?
he is.
He's a nice player. Fearless too.
Sorber with 9 points on the night, make that 10. And I'll say it after this. I want to wait.
The Raptors with 34, Roman Rivera.
You're wise.
Roman Rivera checking in for the Raptors. (24-19), 5-point lead. Make it 6 with 3:53 left. Thomas is over 74% from the foul line this year, and I say that because it's such a marked improvement. And if that's going to be his game, he's going to get to the line a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's always huge when, you can get a big man like that that's able to convert those foul shots because it takes away some strategy from your opponent. They're not quite able to foul.
A little different defensive look from Archbishop Ryan there?
It's extended to 1-3-1, right, Mags? And it's just a different look. It definitely had Radnor on their toes there. They were not ready for that possession.
No, and it's a great look, especially with the lineup that Ryan has on the floor. You have Samaj out there with his length, very active, can just be an absolute pest in that zone.
Yeah, we talked about it last game. I like when he's up there, and it's so athletic. Again, I don't think you're going to see a 1-3-1 from Joey here. He'll probably change it up, Coach Zig. We'll see what happens. And Ryan doesn't feel like they're kind of getting on a little bit of a roll here. Some good possessions string together. I will look for that to continue on the offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting in a rhythm offensively, and now defensively it's about stringing together a couple stops to really try to extend this lead and then start to force Radnor's hand.
We're 3:34 left. Ryan with a 6-point lead. Pace of the game, gentlemen?
Not frenetic. I think Radnor kind of takes their time on offense, so it takes a little bit of air out of the ball. And true to form, Joey Z sticks with the 1-3-1 out of the timeout.
Sellers having a good night.
He certainly is. He is a bit of a tweener when it comes to Radnor, or comes to high school hoops. He's got a little bit of size, a little bit of athleticism. Does a nice job of finding his space on the floor.
He's got 10 points. Oh, they had Russell possibly on the cut. And they're going to get Rivera on the foul.
Radnor not happy with the call, but a lot of arm on that reach there.
A lot of arm.
That's 14 foul.
That is 5?
5, sorry.
Is that 5?
Yep. Ryan is 2.
So, Thomas to the line. He has to make me look good here, Thomas. This is Ted Westervelt with Anthony Magdalenas, Mags, Joe Sinai, Chalfont legend, and Uncle Denny on the camera. (26-21), Sorber.
Does make you look good there, Ted. Converts both. Now we got the full court pressure from the Raiders.
And that pass right there is why pressing at the youth level is so successful. High school kids can make that pass. The younger kids can't do it. They really should consider rules at the youth level for pressing.
Rivera for 3, in and out, no, and the rebound will go out of bounds and stay with the Raptors.
They're scrappy, Ted.
They're scrappy, yeah.
They are a feisty group. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of Division I lacrosse players out there, so these kids know how to compete.
And that's a foul.
Samaj, I think they got.
Who are they going to get?
Samaj indeed.
They will get Samaj. Thomas was close there.
Looks like we got Murray checking back in for the Raiders, as well as Matt Johnson.
But Ted, you asked that question about the pace of the game. I think right now it favors Radnor. They're taking their time down this end, and it's not pretty all the time, but it isn't like they're getting bad shots, right?
No. And we have 2:32 left in this first half, 27-21. Round of 16, PIAA 5A state championships.
And I think to your point, Joe, it's been a very calculated tempo from them. We've seen them push when they have advantages and then be very disciplined when they don't. And like you said, if you're Radnor right now, 27-22, 2 minutes left, you have to feel pretty good about that script.
Thomas had position, making it look easy.
Not feeling so good about being able to let the big fella catch that deep.
14 for Thomas. Here comes Sellers. He and Rivera play catch. Having the ball in Sellers' hand has been good for Radnor. That's Henry Pierce, guarded by Murray. Good pressure.
Yeah, a little run and jump.
Up, Thomas adjusts that shot. Didn't get credit with the block, but he caused that miss. Here comes Johnson up the floor to Everett to kick the fire. Long.
Really nice job by Johnson there. Attack the defender, make him commit. Gets a kick out for a wide open shot for a teammate.
Sellers composes under the basket, and with a minute 30 left, and Ryan up 7.
Let's see with Johnson back in the game if Radnor goes back to their strategy of trying to get him down in the post.
He gets Thomas in the air. Thomas in the air, and when he came back down, he didn't have his feet set. Tough call.
And it looks like a technical has been assessed against Darren. So Radnor's going to get 4 shots at it here.
And with a minute 14 left in the half, Thomas left his feet.
He did. And, that's one of those things as a coach you talk about. When you leave your feet, you put yourself in a disadvantageous position, especially when Thomas has such a size advantage. You just want to be long there and contest.
Henry Pierce at the line. He makes the first. And misses.
And now it looks like they're going to let him roll right through for the technicals.
And then they'll have possession.
This could be a huge momentum moment play here as the first half winds down.
Pierce makes that one. 2 of 3. And just like that, Radnor 4 points down with the ball. A minute 14.
Chance to cut this to a one-possession game. And again, if Radnor was looking at their pregame script, you'd have to think that's exactly where they'd want it to be.
Yeah, we just said a minute ago Ryan was getting into a rhythm, right? And this just disrupts that flow.
Yeah, it allows Radnor to get back into this methodical style, only being down 2 possessions, and work this clock here. Try to trim this thing down more before the half.
That was Sellers. Takeshi Cox is guarded by Darren Williams.
I would not be stunned here to see Radnor try to hold this all the way down to the last shot here, and worst case go in down 4.
That's Henry Pierce, number 24, having a good half to Sellers. Sellers with 11 in this first half for Radnor. And there goes Rivera. And
all the way in.
The 5'9" Rivera takes it to the hole.
And we got a 2-point ball game with 20 seconds here to go in the first half.
Low to Thomas. A lot of bodies on Thomas. Gets his own rebound.
He just keeps going.
Yes, he does. Big hoop by Thomas, but there's time in the clock, 10 seconds.
Good pass by Murray there.
Really nice job getting that ball inside.
5, 4, and a travel.
He got him. Yep.
And now an opportunity for the Raiders to swing momentum a big time in their way with 4 seconds left in possession.
Nags, what's the 4-second play?
I think they're going to try to get Thomas with a quick seal here from the sideline out. We've seen them utilize that, especially if Radnor's going to try to front it.
I would get everyone on the other side of the court and throw it to Thomas. That's what I would do. I don't care if he has 6 guys on him.
Johnson with the ball. They get it to Thomas high. He spins. Williams fires.
Does not get it off.
No good.
Good look.
Half a beat off. 4-point lead, Archbishop Ryan, 31-27. Gentlemen, this is Ted Westervelt along with Joe Sinai, legend from Chalfont, and Anthony Magdalenas. Anthony, what year did you get out? I always forget.
What's that?
What year did you get out?
I graduated in 2010.
Representing the 2010 class, Mags. 31-27, gentlemen. Just first thoughts about this first half.
That swing with the technical foul, right? I thought we were in AR was in a nice groove there. But overall, it is what it is. I think the Radnor's we're not going to speed them up. They're going to slow down, right, Mags? They're going to try to execute on offense, get their players the shots they want. Joey's sticking with the man-to-man pretty much. And they're going to make it difficult for Thomas down the other end. They're doubling regularly, right?
Doubles, triples, top side, bottom side. If they're able to get into Thomas on those post catches, they're going to try to make him kick that out. I thought Ryan did a pretty nice job of advancing the ball quickly so that Radnor can't get set and they're able to throw it in and avoid those doubles and triple teams when possible. But if we learned anything from that first half is that, Radnor's not going to roll over. Right, they found themselves down in that 7-8 point hole, and they just keep coming and competing. So we're going to need to see some, that energy come back out from the Raiders to try to put this thing away in the second half.
Yeah, Sellers had a really big half. That really helped them stay in it. Darren had the 4 threes. Sorber with his typical first half. I think you'll see more of the same on the Ryan side. I wouldn't mind. Joey changing the D up a little bit, get them at. If I feel like, say it another way, Mags. I feel like Radnor's comfortable in man-to-man. I wonder if they have, adequate offense on the long length of Ryan. Do they have the shooters? I don't know. You would know.
I mean, they certainly have guys capable of making, open shots, and something I talked about with Coach Zaglinski over the weekend and kind of just reviewing Radnor a little bit is trying to stay home in that help defense on the guards and really allow Thomas to be, kind of the stopgap in the middle. Sellers making a couple tough jump shots early kind of thwarts that and makes him have to come out a little bit. But I think you're absolutely right about Radnor's comfortability against the man-to-man, especially with Thomas picking up those 2 fouls, not really being able to get out, and they're kind of using Sellers as the safeguard, catch it, relieve pressure, kind of settle things down.
Yeah, and it's not a complicated, complex read-react motion type of continuity type of offense, right? It's pretty simple. They're getting in the paint, and then they're trying to get a shot off or kick it out. Good first half, though. I think that we can really have an advantage on the boards. I would like to see some of the secondary players around, the role players, to do the same thing that Radnor's doing. Get in the lane, penetrate. But so far, it's been an entertaining first half.
Yeah, I think one of the big keys for the Raiders in the second half is those secondary, those role guys, as you alluded to, being able to put some points up on the board to really try to throw Radnor's game plan into a little bit of a loop. We had our contributions from Thomas. We had our contributions from Darren that you're expecting. Now, if, Ryan Everett's able to knock down a 3 or 2, Jaden's able to get a couple easy putbacks, I think that can really open this thing up for the Raiders.
31-27, Archbishop Ryan with the lead. Just to give everybody an update, we're not the only PCL team in action. And PCL team still alive in states today. Carroll's got Allentown Central Catholic. They're playing them out at Norristown in the 4A. Sweet 16. New McGready has Berks Catholic at Coatesville. Bob Long doing that game. The great Bob Long, friend of the Ryan broadcast. And that's 4A. Advance. Not a Catholic school, but Imhotep has Exeter out in Coatesville. The 5A game. Tomorrow, Devon Prep. They play Riverside in the 3A in Bethlehem. Roman's got Westchester Hendo. And Roman goes out there without Cade Goss and others, but they have the Jackson brothers.
They sure do.
So they're still poised to make a run in the 6A, and they're playing at O'Hara. And then Archbishop Wood has Lower Merion in the 6A bracket. Jalil Bethea with a chance to keep his high school career going against Lower Merion.
What did he drop, 31 last game?
I think so. I'll
tell you who. Points then.
So if I'm rooting for somebody other than Ryan, I'm curious. I'd love to see that Carroll team make a run with all freshmen and sophomores and.
They were tough.
And
they were tough out. They played us tough.
Yeah, they sure did. I did the game with the great coach Mark Heimerdinger, a little coach, and we were just overly impressed with that level, and I think they impressed the league, and I'm curious to see if they make a run in the climate that we're in, with everybody moving around a little bit. Do they decide to stay together? Because if they decide to stay together, maybe add one piece, they're going to be a big problem. And now you go from 6 teams who can win it to 7.5 teams who can get to the Palestra next year. So it would make the PCL interesting in the 24-25 season.
Yeah, Carroll had some big wins. And they played everybody tough. I mean, yeah, if you're in the state tournament, you don't want that draw, right?
No. When talking about draws, the winner of tonight's game will play the winner of the Unionville-Dallas matchup, which is happening out in Bethlehem. Unionville is the District 1 seed. Dallas is the District 2 seed. And the winner of that is going to get the semifinal bracket that Abington Heights, not Abington, touch of Philadelphia, Abington Heights and Imhotep Charter are in, and they're destined to kind of make that Elite 8 game.
It's a nice doubleheader at Coatesville, right?
Woo! Real nice doubleheader.
I was talking to one of the fathers of an Imhotep player last night, It's a Tuesday night. I think those games are early, Ted.
Like a 6?
Yeah, it might be a 5 and a 6. So you got to
gosh.
go out to Coachville from Emotep's got to go out there and play. I think it was either 5 or 6. That's tough.
Yes, it is.
It's a nice ride out there.
So Joe says sarcastically. We have about 2 minutes 45 seconds before we go. Just take a little bit of a quick turn. I wanted to talk to you, Joe, about what you have going on. Is it this weekend with the at Tarsdale Boys Club?
Yes, yeah. So for those listening and you're in the area, locally to Ben Salem, and you guys all know I'm associated with the Tarsdale Boys Club on Linden Avenue. On Sunday from 3 to 4, we're going to have an autism hour, basketball hour, and kids and adults, they just come in and they get to play basketball, shoot around a little bit, non-contact, non-live, just shoot the ball, drills, and have fun.
Is that the first time you guys are doing that? And is it something that you're looking to do?
I did something similar. Holy Ghost is a beautiful program, by the way. They do it a string of 5-6 weeks on off. I guess it would be off campus. They have a gym, auxiliary gym, that they do something very similar. I did it once in the I think spring last year, but now that club basketball is wrapping up, the gym kind of opens up for us, and we can get those kids in. It's a lot of fun.
Great.
It's a lot of fun.
That's great stuff. Let's repeat it one more time. At Tarsdale Boys Club, what time?
Tarsdale Boys Club, Sunday 3 to 4.
Excellent.
All welcome.
Mags, you got here just in the nick of time because you're coaching as well. You seem to be like this sports renaissance man. What season are you in now?
So now we are currently in varsity baseball season at Holy Ghost Prep. So I'm a dual sport coach there. But you're not wrong. I'm a bit of a Swiss Army knife when it comes to coaching. We got basketball at Holy Ghost in the winters. We got baseball with Holy Ghost in the spring. Got baseball in the summer with the Philly Bandits. Shout out to Dave Amaro and Ruben Amaro Jr. for helping run that. And then in the falls, I coach a little bit of girls volleyball.
Dude, when do you sleep?
I'll sleep when I'm 6 feet under.
There you go. He's about 30 seconds away from starting the second half. Archbishop Bryan 30-27. This is Ted Westervelt along with Joe Sinai, Anthony Magalanis. We call him Mags, bringing you tonight's action. And we hope it's not our last broadcast. We may have a chance if all the stars align. May be coming back. But either way, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and throughout the entire season. It's been a lot of fun.
Sorry to be a past Teddy, but I got a score. Emotep won, 80 from the committee, of course, 83-40.
Surprised?
No.
not.
Are you? No, I am not surprised.
That team is good.
I would love for our Raiders.
That rematch.
Shot.
And you know what? I'd be curious to see where. Listen, let's get. We only have a 4-point lead, so.
Long way to go.
Listen, I was thanking everybody for tuning in. We got a lot of activity on the YouTube chat, of course.
Oh, good.
Thank you to all of our popular trolls that show up all the time. And
love it.
And sounds like there's a lot of Radnor fans. Welcome to the broadcast, 31-27. I know that you're looking for revenge from that absolute 100% heartbreak from last year. But what are you going to do? 31-27. Archbishop Bryan on the floor as we started. Johnson, Marabito, Murray, Williams, and Thomas Sorber. We apologize for the scoreboard issue. I'll keep everyone updated as much as possible. It's a 4-point lead, just starting the second half, and down rises and it's off. And a rebound and a wrestle away, and it's going to be a jump ball. Nice job by Murray.
Very nice job.
Jaden Murray does a lot of those things. That's an energy play right there.
Mm-hmm. Winning plays. That activity on the offensive glass doesn't get Ryan the possession, but does flip the arrow in their way.
Flips the arrow. That's correct.
Look at that.
Go with a nice steal at half court.
Recovery by Savadov, who did play in that game, in that legendary game where Archbishop Bryan knocked off the undefeated Radnor Raptors.
Is that maybe a reason why we might have some comments?
Sure, could be. Well, we're doing such a
Sour
great.
grapes, Ted?
31-27, Ryan with the ball. Marabito may have gotten away with a walk. He spins, he fires. Heavy back iron. Murray can't get the rebound. And here comes Radnor with an opportunity to cut this lead to 1 with a 3. They find number 24, Pierce, and that's what they do.
Yes, they do. That was a good-looking shot for a good-looking shooter.
Pierce with 10 points, 31-30.
Good look by Murray there.
Murray tried to tuck it to Rocco.
To a point that Joe alluded to earlier. Once we get that ball in that lane, want to see some off-ball movement. Good cut by Rocco. Unfortunately, just unable to secure it for a finish.
Really sloppy to start the half.
Ryan picking up full court here. Wow, and number 4, Cox splits him. Drive short. Rebound by Marabito. He's going to push up the floor as well. Gets Matt Johnson, who finds a little lane. Matt Johnson! And 1! Matt Johnson.
You know, something that Joe touched on a lot Friday about his aggressiveness, kind of ratcheting up a little bit, looking to score a little bit more. You love to see that out of the young guard.
And Mags, they did what you were asking for. Rocco got that rebound and just pushed the ball, and things opened up. Now, Radnor does a good job of pushing make or miss. We said earlier, they already have 1 or 2 layups or at least good looks.
33-30. Oh, and they're going to get Rocco on that.
It's going to be number 3 on
yes,
Rocco.
Yes, it is. Game's been tightly called.
Yeah, would agree.
A contrast to the District 12 final. Slightly.
I think that was a rugby game.
That was more of a wrestling match.
Ryan with pressure.
Oh,
Sellers with a
Johnson
cut.
Almost read that.
Sellers.
A high motor player that Sellers is.
13 points. It's a 1-point game. Ryan in the lead. And the ball. Murray drives, stutters. Marabito up, under. Ooh, doesn't go. Rocco used his size there, his shoulders.
Yeah,
did.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was going to say, Mags, I was going to poke fun at you. Normally, when you're under the basket, I know you don't go past the three-point line. I would like to see him go with his right hand, use that strong body, right, absorb the contact with the player on the left side when you're under the basket facing out, and maybe get an N1. But still, super strong and athletic to get that up with his left hand even.
To get back to that left was an unbelievably athletic play by Rocco. And again, back to your point, good drive by Murray. Yep. That off-ball cut, they are open, they are there, especially with Sorber occupying so much space and attention.
And they get the turnover with the 2-point lead. We're about 2 minutes in here, third quarter. Let's see, that sophomore Matt Johnson.
They got
Murray,
him.
They got him. He got position, and that's foul. Yes, it is.
Now, Ted, even though I said it's been very sloppy, and we talked about pace, now it feels like we're going up and down a little bit, right? We're speeding them up with the pressure early. And Joey usually dials it back in a little bit, but I like this type of pace for Ryan.
It's certainly more favorable towards the Raiders. Like you said, it's a little sloppy, but the tempo is a little bit quicker. The pace that suits Ryan certainly more than Radnor.
Sorber makes the first. 35-32, 5:57. We'll ask Uncle Denny when he gets a chance to do the best you can to keep the score. Can't get it. Trying to produce this broadcast on the fly. It's what you're hearing. Ryan up 4. That's a good cut. And Sellers, ooh, they're going to, ball's going to stay with Radnor.
No, Max, when you have Ryan seems like really emotionally tied to the game right now. You have 4 players trying to negotiate with the ref. Next time you get his chance, I'd love to know what you do as a coach to tamper that down a little bit. Just play basketball.
Cox goes to the floor and slides, and they can't. There's no travel called, and there's a miss.
So you certainly love the engagement and excitement that the players have, but you kind of want to redirect that into, positive enforcement for your defensive play. Might that have been Ryan's possession? Sure, but you want to move on and get that steal next time. You just want to redirect that emotion.
Darren Williams with his 14th point, 38-32. We're at 5:12, and they got a timeout.
They needed it.
Yeah, they did.
And like that we were discussing a little bit, Ted, but that jumper from Williams,
right,
it's just so smooth and so effortless. I love that middle range, and he really takes a lot of threes. That's his game.
He's a volume 3 guy. Right?
Yeah. And of course he can go to the basket. I would like to see that once in a while. Sprinkle that in. Get to that 6-8 because that's a layup for him. Not for me and Mags, but for him that's a layup. That 8-foot jump shot, he's not missing that.
38-32. It was a full timeout.
And to your point earlier, Joe, I think Coach Smallwood was starting to feel that the tempo, the pace of the game was starting to trend the Raiders' direction. He wants to kind of slow things down here, try to get a really good shot coming out of this timeout.
Yeah, he does a good job. He definitely does a good job.
Getting a lot of text of tonight's broadcast from faraway places, including Aruba. The great Frank Hart, a pub and Catholic League official, employee at Spikes Trophies, sales guy extraordinaire. Few cocktails in with the.
Is he checking in?
He's checking in on the broadcast. Okay. He's checking in and saying, "Hey, love the broadcast." So.
Oh, great, wonderful! I love the positivity.
Very positive. Very positive.
We're global tonight.
Radnor needs a good possession, right, Mags?
They certainly do. Try to stem the tide.
(38-32) and a first block by Sorber. Oh, they find Pierce underneath. Good recovery by Ryan. Oh, and they're going to get a foul on Williams.
Tough call there on Darren. Caught with the hand in the cookie jar on the rip through.
Yeah, what a change of events there. We get a block, right? You think we're going to get it and go. And
Sorber averaging 4.9 blocks in this season. That's his first, but he's altered so many shots already this evening. We're also getting ready to check in. We're at the 4:30 mark, 38-32.
Thomas extended arm to try to get that five count going.
Here they go, back to trying to attack Johnson in the low post.
Kessie Cox backs in.
Nice job by Rocco.
Good hands by Rocco. Rocco slows it down, finds the big guy, gets it to Matt Johnson, who will start the offense for the Raiders with 4 minutes left here in the third and a 6-point lead.
Thomas is the one who slowed that possession down.
Yes, he did, and he rolls and scores and foul. Thomas Sorber.
So, Ted, if you don't mind, so great steal by Rocco, right? Secondary defender, pushes the ball, doesn't have anything. He had the wherewithal not to force anything, but it was Thomas, the late trailer, to call the offense out. Such a smart play, and look how he's rewarded. You get a bucket, another foul against Radnor. They have 4 now, Ted.
You're shooting the rest of the way here in the third quarter. 4 minutes, a lot of time.
Big time possession.
Was that on Savadov, number 11? Or no, number 4, that was Cox.
Yep.
40-32, 3:53 left. Thomas Sorber has 20 at this point. Savadov looks like he landed awkwardly and twisted an ankle.
Ted, I would be down for 3 to 4 months.
Easy.
That happened to me.
Easy.
You think you bounced back that quickly, Joe? I'm impressed.
You know what? He's holding his lower back on a serious note, so I think he tweaked he turned his ankle, but he hurt his back, which is not good.
No, that's certainly a tough one to deal with, especially in a game of this physical nature.
Let's see how he holds up here, guarded by Marabito. Good no look to Sellers. Sellers turns, fires, air. Here comes.
Look at Thomas run the floor.
Yes. Oh, and Darren couldn't get him.
I still like the thought, not the execution. Well, he walked, didn't he?
Nope.
Push.
Here comes Williams. They're going to push.
They got numbers.
Big guy. He's going to get it from 3. Yes, he is.
Yes,
Thomas Sorber. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know why he's going to Georgetown, you just saw it in the last 30 seconds. You saw him get up and down the floor, and now you see him hit it from three. He got down the floor so quick that possession before.
That foul on Russell, I believe. This is that danger zone, right? That Radnor's in right now. If you're Ryan, you want to just play smart defense.
Make a play.
You got it. You took the word out of my mouth. Completely agree.
Huge possession for Radnor.
Radnor down 11. Pierce, little baby hook. Sorber rips. Gets the ball to Darren.
What are you dialing up here, Max?
I think they're going to try to get something with Sorber on a little pin down here, maybe get Darren coming off the screen to kind of draw some attention.
There it is.
Darren from 23.
Layup.
Good.
Layup. You said it. It's
Absolutely perfect.
Ted, it's so funny. When I see that kid shoot, I just wish I was that good.
He's having a night. There's a kick and fire deep. Murray shields. And the ball's going to go to the Raiders.
Great call. I didn't think you saw that. That was a great call.
16 points for Williams, 20 for Sorber. And if you want to know why Archbishop Ryan is what they are, you're seeing it here in the last minute and a half, boys.
Yeah, you kind of see Ryan starting to assert their will. We're playing at our tempo, as Joe pointed out, for basically the entire third quarter, and they've been able to build that separation as a result.
We're at the 2-minute mark, 45-32. Archbishop Ryan ahead.
Needing some clock here.
Williams looking to fire. He feels it. He shakes. He bakes. Loses control, but it's fouled. That's Sellers.
Yes, it is. And again, in the penalty, staying on the attack.
And as a result of those early fouls, you have the best shooter besides Mags in the arena getting 2 free ones, right?
Mags, could you fill it up, Mags?
Yeah. From the foul line, certainly. Foul line and three-point line.
He could fill it up.
Anywhere in between was an issue.
He could fill it up.
The buffet.
I jest. No, Mags could shoot it.
Mags could shoot it.
But now the lead, guys, what, four at halftime?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We're up 14 right now. There's still a lot of time in the third quarter. Radnor's got to get out of this quarter and not have any more damage. They got to stop fouling.
There's 1:47 left. In the penalties, tough. Williams makes 2. 18 for him. Here comes Sellers up the floor to Rivera, who checks in.
I like the pressure by Joey here now that the lead's extended a little bit, trying to speed up Radnor because they're fighting not just Ryan now, but the clock, as Joe alluded to, that 15-point lead.
1:30, and they're going to get a travel. 1:30 left, 47-32. Archbishop Ryan up.
Radnor's coaching staff didn't like that. I thought that was obvious.
I thought so, too. He just looked sped up just a hair, took that little extra step. And that's what Ryan's really looking for from that pressure. It's not those live ball turnovers. It's just speeding you up, getting you out of your flow. Thomas
turns a shot down there. Everett and Russell check back in. Thomas kicks to Darren. Darren's going to fire from Hughville Road. Darren Williams.
What a look by Sorber. Caught it opposite, finding his teammates. Such an unselfish player.
Call the fire department. Darren's hot. Ooh, a pump. In and out. Number 12, Alex McFadden checking in the game. 50-32, under a minute. Russell spins, lays it up, good!
Oh, what a finish.
That's 2 finishes tonight for Brandon Russell.
Out in that open court, just like Joe alluded to, that's his strong suit, and he's been rewarded with 2 strong finishes.
Radnor's in trouble. I think I would have called a timeout earlier in this run. Again,
and
best coaches are up here.
Well, yeah. 500 coaches in the building. 25 seconds. Pierce, 3, short, rebound. Archbishop Ryan, 15 seconds left. Can go into the fourth quarter comfortably, up 20, possibly more.
Teddy, what a quarter.
And the Joe Zaglinski third quarter timeout, up 20. I love it.
What a quarter.
You like that timeout, Joe?
Why not? I mean, everything else is working.
No, it's been one of the reason I say it is because you've seen this development from the beginning of the year. Even is just getting a little bit more control. And listen, you're up 20. I want to say, no, stay disciplined, stay part of. That's your plan, right?
No, yeah, exactly. Early in the season, Ted, I think Williams might have sped up there, right? Try to do too much and lose the possession, or maybe not a good shot. Just fundamentally sound, strong third quarter, and we felt it, Mags. We felt it in the beginning of this quarter. The momentum was switching, and they blew this game wide open.
Yeah, and you know, offensively, they've kind of asserted their will. Defensively, they've just been tremendous, speeding Radnor up, you know, holding them to, 5 points here in the third quarter. Just huge. Just a tremendous effort on that end by the Raiders.
Stark difference from last year's PI AA state game, which went down to the wire, with Darren Williams with a great defensive play to secure the win there. Little trivia, a player from that team from Radnor went to Randolph-Macon, where my son goes. Teddy West, the Theta Chi boys, watching the game. Charlie Thornton from Radnor, real good player. Plays for Randolph-Macon, who made it to the round of 16 in the Division III NCAA Final. But we're here in Ben Salem watching Archbishop Ryan and Ryan Everett to end the quarter with a big three.
Wow.
Ryan Everett.
Wow.
20.
Absolute backbreaker for Radnor.
Yep. He's vanilla, baby. That was a big-time shot.
Ryan.
And assist, by the way. Beautiful assist.
Says the guard.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Full speed, 100 miles an hour, drop it on a dime. Everett, patient as he can be. Pump fakes, the guy slides over, flies by him, right, Mags, and it's a practice shot.
Yes, it turns into a layup for him. Lets the guy fly by, gets his feet reset. You know, great composure there by Everett in the corner, knowing how much time he had to let the defender fly by.
23-point lead.
Monster quarter right there. That was a monster quarter.
So what did we learn that quarter? Number one, if you're watching from wherever, if you're not a part of the Archbishop Ryan community, I think you got to see that was like a composite, right? You watched Thomas, the most impressive play to me, Thomas Sorber flying down the floor to get into a play up 12, and he's still going at it, and then he comes back and hits the three the next possession. You see that, all the things that he can do, and obviously you see Darren Williams microwaved, hot.
Red hot for Darren. And Thomas's effort there just sets a precedent, right? When you have such a highly touted recruit playing that hard, it just makes everybody else want to match that.
And Radnor with a rebound here to start the fourth quarter. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ted Westervelt, Joe Sinai, Chalfont legend, and Anthony Magalanis. Class of 1-0.
Now, you don't want to take the foot off the gas, right, for
No.
Ryan, right? You have a comfortable lead, but you don't want to slow down, right, Mags? You got to stay aggressive on both ends, especially defensively.
You absolutely, you want to finish this game strong to hopefully kind of roll that momentum into the next one. So you want to keep guarding, right? That's the most important thing. Keep guarding, speed Radnor up, make them take tough shots, and then get out and really put them away.
I have both Sorber and Williams with 23 points. Here comes Sellers, defended by Sorber. Sellers was having a good game. Got a little quiet in the third quarter, but draws the foul against Thomas Sorber. He's still playing hard.
Number 35, Thomas Sorber, that's his third, team second.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all your comments on our YouTube page.
I'm sure they're all glowing.
They're all glowing. A lot of lacrosse references. When you're down 23, it's lacrosse references, and you're going to lose to Imhotep. That's what it boils down to. But we thank you for tuning in because we know you're enjoying the broadcast. 55-34, 7 minutes left. Rocco Marabito, he's going to spin in the lane. He's going to pump, blocked.
Nice strong move there.
Strong move, tough foul for Sawyer Smith to take there, but we like Rocco being aggressive and going to the hoop there. Let me turn down that. I like to see him take that three. Yes, me.
Yeah, you know me. I want him in the paint, throwing that body around. Mags is with you. He wants him chucking him up from the cheap seats. But it's interesting that the Radnor faithful are actually looking past to this game and the next and referring to Emotep. This game isn't over, guys.
This game
There's
is
a lot
not
of game left.
A lot of game left. 6:57, 55-34. Archbishop Ryan in the lead, and Rocco Marabito makes one of two. Rocco's had a lot more positive plays the last 2 games. I like it. That's a real good sign for Archbishop Ryan.
Yes, it certainly is. He's making an impact on the game, both in the stat sheet and not on it in those winning plays.
He was great. He played great in Emotep. I think that it's carrying over. He was. I thought he played. That to me, that's Rocco. That's what we're accustomed to seeing, and he really helped the Raiders out that game.
Foul was on Everett. Matt Johnson going to check back in.
Does Radnor have a lacrosse program?
Oh gosh.
They do?
A very, very, very,
Very
very
good.
good.
Very
one.
good.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
It's he's winking. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I thought they were more of a water polo school or something. Am I incorrect?
56-35. Floorboard by Ryan Everett. And a big 3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. On the floor, Everett, Marabito. Here goes Marabito for 3. That looked good coming out of his hand.
It did. It was a confident-looking shot, caught it in rhythm. Those are ones you want to see Rocco taking.
Looks like we have a different rotation here.
Yeah.
Everett, Russell, Sorber, Johnson, and Rocco, the senior Rocco Marabito.
Little 1-3-1 here from Joe. We've spent a lot of time talking this half about speeding Radnor up with a 21-point lead and about 6 minutes to go, slowing them down also. A very resourceful strategy by Coach Zaglinski.
And there's a deep corner 3, long.
Good rebound by Rocco.
Long by Cassie Cox, and here comes Rocco Marabito, finds Everett. Oh, Everett goes up strong and foul.
The last couple of possessions at Ryan, for Ryan, very unselfish. They're all assisted either buckets or foul, like that led to a foul shot. It's just nice to see them creating plays for their teammates. And Max, I know you love it when they're making those smart, high IQ, fundamental basketball plays.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as a coach, you always preach about playing for each other. And the last couple possessions, you know, Ryan's really embodied that. Not making the extra pass, but making the right pass. And that's just goes such a long way in developing that winning culture that Coach Zaglinski's done a great job of building.
Ryan Everett converts. 57-35.
I got a score for us, Ted, from the committee. Whitehall 48, Abington Heights 47 with 4 minutes left. Appreciate that.
Shout out to the great Tom Andrews for that little nugget.
Legend. Sellers rises, fires, scores. Really, really impressive player.
He's had himself quite a night. And here comes Ryan, that semi-transition, pushing with tempo and purpose, under control, able to steal an easy layup for Jaden.
59-37, coming up on the 5-minute mark. Left in this game. They get the ball to Sellers. Sellers going to fire again. Why not? That's short. Murray with the rebound. Oh, Thomas gets sealed and got whacked by Cassie Cox.
I mean, the fact that at his size, he's the first one down the court and using that advantage, just burying somebody under the rim. You love to see that energy and effort out of the big fella.
You know, when I was in that 1-3-1, if you think about it, if Thomas doesn't get that rebound, he's got a jump start, right? It's tough to rebound out of his zone, but they're all over the place, and Thomas can get down the court and get a couple of looks.
Yeah, it only takes him about 3 strides to go foul line to foul line.
Everett. Everett drives. He hop steps. No, doesn't go. 59-37. We're at the 4:45 mark. Radnor. Good steal by Everett. Can't afford to make those mistakes. That's Russell. Coach Smallwood was gracious enough to provide us with some information before the game, and I asked him real quick, and he talked about the season. This Raptor team, just so we're clear, they won 22 games. They went 13-3 in their conference. So this, after coming off what was an amazing season in a disappointing fashion for them, but they had such a great run last year with a group of seniors. I think they have to be very excited for the future with their program, with the new coach. And that ball is stolen by Everett. Up comes the floor, and he dishes, having some fun.
Just that unselfish basketball Joe was just talking about. Got in, drew the help, dumped it off for a teammate. You love to see that as a coach.
Fun to watch Everett fly up the floor there, but oh, wow.
Ted, back to your comments about this Radnor team. I know he's poking fun at the school earlier, but they are well coached. There's no quit in them. And I'm not surprised that they won that many games.
No, and it's from the coach. It looks like they had that people didn't expect us to do anything kind of attitude, and the teamwork, they're gritty. You can see that they're well coached. I mean, you can, and I still don't know what I'm looking at with some of these scores, but some of those games in the 36, 37 range, and then all of a sudden they're playing at 70. But
I think it speaks to what Joe alluded to about the opponent as well.
And Thomas Sorber comes off the floor along with senior Ryan Everett, and number 4 Kessie Cox Sr. gets his just due. Comes out of the ball game and to the hugs of his coach, and it's the one thing about nights like this. At the end of the day, there's going to be a group of seniors who lace it up for the last time.
Yeah, I really like Cox. He's a good player.
He
Fundamental.
really is.
Yeah.
Penetrates well.
He might be their most, I would say, important player. I know Sellers had a big game. I just feel like he's like their quarterback out there.
Owen Smith in the game gets a shot up. He's a senior. 61-41, 20-point lead. Ball on the floor.
Great job by Johnson.
Matt Johnson gets the ball to Frank Monaco, senior, number 10. Frank draws a foul. Let me just set the table who's on the floor. We have number 4, senior, CD, Christian Dorham. Number 13, first-year player, Samaj Stone. Jaden Merristein out on the court, number 22. Matt Johnson, number 1. And Frank Monaco, Somerton's own. And off the floor for Radnor comes number 24, Henry Pierce, a senior. A nice round of applause and embracing his teammates. Congratulations on a nice career. Dorham going to the left. He's going to rise, possibly blocked. And that rebound is by Savadub. He's a senior as well. Looks like Coach Smallwood getting ready to empty his bench. And that's number 1 for 3 on Smith.
2 minutes left.
Monaco. He shakes, bakes, can't get the layup to go.
Good strong take there by Frank.
61-44.
That was pretty.
Savadov, he gets fouled by Dorham.
Everything but the finish, Ted. Nice take, though.
Let's see, number 14 going to check in. I don't have him on the roster. Savadov goes to the line, and Seth Gay going to make an appearance, number 25.
Or maybe not.
Oh, yeah, right.
Pump the brakes on that sub.
What's the number, Ted? You don't have a name
14.
14.
Well, it's not Uncle Denny because he's up here with us.
If it's not Uncle Denny, I'm out of guesses.
Jordan Jack.
There you go.
Checking in for Michael Savadov. Congratulations, Michael.
He played well. Yep.
He played well.
He's a warrior, that kid.
See, embraces head coach. It's 4 years of a lot of practices. It's a lot of stuff, and it's over just like that. And congratulations to those seniors, those young men on their career in a very, very good program. By the way, if you're a Ryan fan, watch number 13. Watch Samaj.
Now it looks like we're going to need a few more of those subs, Ted. Seth Gay at the table, Gavin Reed.
Senior Gavin Reed. Yeah, we talked about him in the article that was done about Archbishop Ryan, those 3 seniors. Samaj to the line.
And I feel like you don't see enough of that, Ted. An article about, the seniors that put their time
Mason
in.
does good work. Like I'm not saying I agree with you. I know what you're saying, but yeah, he finds those stories not just with Archbishop Ryan, and Jaden Murray and Matt Johnson are going to check out.
And we said earlier, Max, like how important those kids are to your program. The stability of them coming every day, working hard, pushing that guys ahead of them, and being a role model for the young guys coming in. So much value that you add to the program.
Yeah, it's those unspoken things. It's like those winning plays that you look for in the middle of a game, diving on the floor for a loose ball. It starts with those guys in practice being able to set that precedent.
Radnor players, good hustle out there. That's a little heavy rebound by Durham. Let's see what he does. He's going to find Gavin Reed.
It's going up. How quickly is that going up?
Well, with a minute 15, I got the over-under on Gavin Reed attempts at 1.5.
If that ball hits that kid's hand,
it's up.
It's going.
It's up before it's in.
Oh, they got it to him.
It is.
Oh, good kick.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, good look by Reed.
What a pass from Gavin.
49 seconds left, 62-46. Jack again with the 3, heavy. Frank Monaco with a rebound and a foul.
Frank's going to get a chance to get his name in the scorebook here.
Yep.
We're going to walk the floor.
Get your name in the paper, kid.
At the table, my personal favorite Raider, my guy Greg Weiss, getting set to check in for the first time.
Ted, speaking of Weiss, your favorite dunk of the year?
Dude, that was unbelievable. I swear, we were going nuts. Frankie on the conversion. Max, were you at that game?
I was not there. I was following along on the broadcast.
If you told me one of my favorite, we talked about what's your favorite game. It's probably my second favorite game. It was all you had was Thomas Sorber setting the all-time school scoring record. Frankie making 2.
That was a unbelievable play and finish.
And he was cheating it too. He was cheating it, and the best is the foul he tries to go behind his back on the behind the back pass. 35 seconds left. Thank you so much for tuning in. 64-46. Reed. They find Durham. Frankie with the no look. Christian Durham. CD. 66-46. Archbishop Ryan headed to the Elite 8.
Big rebound by Brett.
In convincing fashion, Durham. Oh, he can't get it.
Now, again, we're winning. We're up 20 points. There's 11 seconds left. Every kid on Ryan's bench is rooting for the kids that are out there right now. Right?
Right, and it speaks to that culture that we've talked about. It speaks to how much, the starters and the rotation guys appreciate the efforts that these kids put in every day.
Frank's going to go in. Oh, no! Oh, they tried it. Having some fun here. Archbishop Ryan, convincing win 66-46, and will advance to the Elite 8 on Friday night. And Joe Zaglinski continues to be a state coach and rack up wins in the States, and he did that tonight. He's won 2 in a row, and we'll play the winner of the District 1 leader, Unionville High School, or Dallas out of District 2, the 2 seed. And we don't have any scores on that just yet, but gentlemen, just some quick thoughts. Max?
No, it was a really strong effort from the Raiders, very consistent beginning to end. Radnor hung around in the first half. Ryan stuck to their guns and kind of handled their business. Got a little bit of discussion at center court between the coaches.
Looks like the Radnor staff a little upset with that last play. Listen, they're frustrated. It's a sign of you're frustrated as a coach. You've worked all year, you've worked hard, and the last game you kind of run out. A team like this kind of runs out of gas a little bit. And,
I don't think Radnor liked that last possession.
No, they didn't like that last possession at all. But Archbishop Ryan eliminates Radnor Raptors two consecutive years as the teams go into their respective locker rooms with no more further incident. And
spring season. They go into their spring season.
They go into spring season. They start open gym, right?
Yeah.
Now it's tough. At this level, they kind of can taste it a little bit. And like I said, it's the seniors. It's their last games and all that stuff, all that work, all those open gyms. And you can tell me anything you want about being able to play your AAU in your club, but when you wear your school name on the chest, there's just something super special about that. And for us, we get to watch a senior class, a highly decorated senior class advance on with an opportunity to do some real damage. And tonight you saw Radnor, who's a little bit of an up-and-coming team after last year. So, Joey, what do you?
That third quarter, that set us apart. We were up four at half, and Radnor was hanging in there, and then we just exploded in that third quarter. And it was just a decisive blow. I think we finished up 20 or in and around that. And it's tough to come back from that.
It was 20. They ended up being up 23 with Everett hitting that.
That's right. Yeah.
Hitting that three
big shot.
Quarter. Yeah.
It was Ryan's quarter, and it just became unreachable. Right.
Max?
No, absolutely. What Ryan did in that third quarter, they got a grip of the game, and then they went full vice grip on it and never let go, right? Like that Cobra, they were just constricting and leaning. And I can't speak enough about the defensive effort in that third quarter, holding the team like Radnor, who scored pretty efficiently in that first half, to hold them to 5 points. Just an absolute testament to the effort of those guys.
It's funny. I think it's one of the things that people don't get with Ryan is the strength of their on the defensive side of the ball. I get to do. I've done a couple games with Bob Long, and as a observer of a lot of other teams and teams that don't involve Ryan, and he, in the Catholic League, he said Roman and Ryan were probably the two best defensive teams in the Catholic League, and that's high praise for someone who sees so much. And by the way, with the level of the league that they're in, if you're going to be a defensive-minded team at the top of that league, you can advance and do a lot of things. Yeah,
you could do a lot of special things, and we've seen this Raider group do that. I know early in the year, talking with Coach Zaglinski, there were some frustrations with that defensive side of the ball, and once Catholic League play got started, they had a couple hiccups early, and then they really kind of flipped the switch. I go back to that Newman-Goretti game that didn't quite go their way, but that was the first time that I think we saw this intensity on the defensive end and the attention to detail down there.
Joey?
I'm just happy we're surviving and advancing, right? We have another game to play. I do have a score real quick before we move on to that. I'm sorry I distracted, but I have Newman up 37-19, and Allentown Central Catholic is up over Carroll, the team that we're kind of pulling for. Secretly,
right.
22-14. I appreciate it from the committee.
Thank you,
but
committee.
I don't really have much to add. I mean, like I said, hard-fought game, good win. This one's close to home for us, which is great.
Yeah, right.
I'm assuming the next one we won't be so lucky. We got to travel a little bit to watch that next game, but looking forward to us progressing and moving on in the tournament.
The biggest question is who's going to pick up Heimerdinger to bring him to the game. That's what we got to figure out. But this may be, we'll see what happens, but this may be our last live stream broadcast. So we want to make sure on behalf of all of us at Archbishop Ryan, Executive Producer, President Joe Sanjaniti, Principal Joe McFadden, and, of course, Joe Zaglinski, who gives us access. He's the athletic director and head basketball coach, gives us access, and this is his vision to be able to have this team be able to be seen free of charge, no paywalls, make it real easy for the alum to be able to watch and just fans of the team to be able to watch, and that's what we're trying to do. And had a great time with Mags, who stepped in. Mags was surprised. He came out of nowhere. Opening night of the PCL. And Joe Sinai, Chalfont legend, and, of course, great coach Mark Heimerdinger. He only won 500 and some games in the pub in the Catholic League, and we had a chance to have him on. And we're looking forward to do this next year and expand and maybe do some of the girls. We're going to hopefully do some more of the girls' games, and
sounds good.
We'll have our crew together, but just want to say thank you to all. Most importantly, thank you to all the loyal people that have made this possible in terms of just positive support. Bob Long, great friend. Joe Mason, great mentor and friend. And, of course, the people that make Archbishop Ryan go on a daily basis. Russ Slaughter, Mike Frayne, Phil Consalvo, the
behind the
Arpino,
scenes, all the guys behind the scenes.
yeah, all the guys behind the scenes, the Arpino family, the Reed family who are doing, and I know I'm probably missing somebody, don't get mad, but we appreciate you all. And I think we'll turn it down at that. We just want to say thank you very much. Archbishop Ryan, big victory tonight, advanced to the Elite Eight. This is Ted Westervelt,
Anthony Magallanes.
Anthony Magallanes, and the great Joe Sinai, class of 91.
Take care.
Oh, no, what, 93, right? No,
Yes, 93.
93.
Don't make him older than
Don't
he
make
is,
older
Ted.
than you are. The Chalfont legend. We are AR. Thank you very much.